In more local news, a statue of CWW Kannangara erected at CWW Kannangara College in Mahamodara Galle was unveiled today. The statue was unveiled by opposition leader Ranil Wickremesinghe.
The statue of CWW Kannangara was unveiled today parallel to the 65th Independence Day. The group, including the Chief Minister of the Southern Province and the former Mayor of Galle, were also present at the occasion. An authority in the south has said that he did not consider public opinion and that he considered the law when removing Metzeri. But the Chief Justice was told something contrary to this. In that instance, it was said it was public opinion and not the law that is more powerful, and that they would bow their heads to the supremacy of the people and remove her. For Metzeri de Silva, they said the law is powerful and that the supremacy of the people is below it. It does not matter, for I am still the people's mayor. I am not anyone else's mayor. Today, there are two mayors in Galle. One is the people's mayor and the other is a certain person's mayor.
Sri Lanka Prajatantravadi Janaraja Andu.
As the head of the government of the Democratic Republic of Sri Lanka, Mahinda Rajapaksa presented a series of proposals to the United Nations Human Rights Council in 2009. Let us do what was mentioned. No matter what is said, in addition to that, we do not have to work for it. Let us get together and act on this. That will be enough. This government has put forward 3 or 4 reports to create national unity. Let us act in keeping with those reports. There is no point in going beyond it. We shall do this and move forward, not listening to what the IMF has to say. Let us unite to protect the Democratic Socialist Republic. May the Republic progress. Let there be a better future.
Let's now take a quick look at the newspaper cartoon of the day.
Speaking at a public rally held in Maraba, Akurasa yesterday, JVP leader Somavansa Amarasinghe expressed these views on the actions of the opposition leader.
The government has joined with the opposition party. This is the truth. No matter what happens, Ranil Wickremesinghe is not in this world. Why is he clamoring to form a government? This government is doing what the UNP does. Do you need to stay in the UNP any longer? Did anything happen to Ranil Wickremesinghe or his money? No. Although they do not appear to be in cohorts, they are. They are not the opposition. They like everyone. Therefore, the UNP and that other party are not two entities. They are one.
1,270 inmates from prisons located across the island were released today concurrent to the 65th Independence Day.
The inmates were released under a presidential pardon. The prisoners released were those who were unable to pay fines after being accused of minor offences. 102 prisoners who committed minor offences were released from the Bogambara prison today. 136 inmates from the Anuradhapura prison were also released today. Moreover, 123 prisoners from the Valikada prison were released today under a presidential pardon. Commissioner General Prisons P.W. Kodipille said that 27 female prisoners were among those released today.
Prisoners are human beings. These words are inscribed on the outer wall of the Valikada prison complex. A report that bore testament to these words was reported today, a day on which the country marks 65 years of independence.
Inmates at the Valikada prison contributed to the fund that was set up for Achala Priyadarshini, the student of the law faculty of the University of Colombo who lost her left hand. The inmates contributed the funds allocated for their lunch and dinner. Accordingly, a sum of 237,000 rupees were presented to Achala's father and brother to obtain a prosthetic limb for Achala. Superintendent of the Valikada prison, Gamini Jayasinghe, said that the inmates had requested that they be granted room to make their contributions to the fund. The entire staff supported us. We never thought that the inmates would do such a thing. But today I understand that they too have a warm heart. I am grateful to the service they did on the behalf of my daughter.
Welcome back to the news. Reservoirs are intended to ease the farmer's burden by providing water for his crops. But there are farmers who have been burdened through reservoirs. News First Stephanie Lazarus reports.
Anuradhapura is famous for its large number of tanks. That is why it is known as the kingdom bound to reservoirs. Many tanks that were constructed by our ancestors are still in operation, and the construction techniques they employed mesmerize engineers even today. However, the fate that has befallen the Kulekada reservoir in Galinbindnuwava is clear evidence of the lack of enthusiasm in maintaining these reservoirs. Although the Kulekada reservoir does not hold any value for most people, it is a priceless resource to the agrarian community in the area.
Villagers in the Kulekada area were inconvenienced in the recent past due to their villages and their farmlands being inundated. And as a result, the entire village, a part of an entire village rather, was swept through by water. Now, the farmland remains abandoned.
On two prior occasions, the Kulekada reservoir overflowed, submerging crops in the area. Locals say over 100 acres of cultivated farmland were destroyed when the reservoir overflowed on the 27th of December last year. The destruction of their crops has forced farmers to seek alternate employment. Farmers who use the waters of the Kulekada reservoir for agricultural purposes sell their produce at the Dambulla Economic Centre. Our correspondent says that several traders at the centre only sell the produce of these farmers. However, at present, these stalls only sell the pumpkins sourced from other areas.